they've got nothing. Fake news, right? Fake. Someone in the White House who can barely talk, barely put together two coherent sentences, who seems to have mental faculties of a child, it's said, is a person that has nothing going, no intelligence whatsoever, but enough about Kamala Harris.
Battery 100%. Connected to Bill's iPhone.
Spends a lot of time complaining. I won't
That was loud.
agree to another debate. But the truth is, I've debated twice this year, once against Joe Biden and once against David Muir of ABC. It's been a long tradition for both Democrat and Republican.
All right, Ham's going to call in 1
The
minute.
United States to attend this dinner. Always is a rule. You got to go to the dinner.
Ham's going to call in 1 minute. It's going to be a short call. I'm not going to go long. I've got shite to attend to, and I'm going to try to hold it at 30 minutes, but maybe with Ham it'll end up going longer. Hey, the one. Peace, brother. Red pepper. How do you say it in Spanish? I don't know if you speak Spanish, but you say ciao bella. No, you say hola, andale, taco. I don't know. Anyway, good morning, Darren, Narad, Scott, Susan. Good morning, Susan. Spiny. Is that a penguin on the telly? How should I know? Do I look like Dr. fucking Baranovsky? Annette Moore, how are you? Richie Rich, Red Pepper, Eddie, how are you? I'm just waiting for Ham to call. Hey, Darren. Adventure with Shogun, finger going up. I don't know. Ham will talk about that. My view is all of these, the selling never ends. So until there's offsetting buying, hang on. All right. Hey, Red Pepper Ronnie. JDZG. All right, I'll ask Cam about that. Hi. Ignore the wind-up merchants and get a decent moderator. It was obvious to me you were baited yesterday. Thank you, Lee. Yeah, I probably was. Part of the problem is that I haven't completely processed that massive disappointment. And the other part is, anyway, yeah, I got baited. So, good morning. Corey Hayes. Andiamo. Andiamo. The first, damn it. All right, here's Ham. I don't know what happened. Here's Ham. All right, there you go.
Are you up, William?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, everybody. Well, the news of the day is, William, is that the CEO reached out to you, and
Oh, I forgot to say that. Yeah, I did forget to say that.
what was the outcome? So let us all know.
Well, he you know, what do you call it? Texted, and he's still in wherever, Asia, he said. I don't know, Singapore, Shanghai, somewhere. And he said that he hasn't forgotten about you, the investors, or me. And he's going to, as soon as he gets stateside, he's going to arrange a interview with me. And I don't know if we'll do it live or not. I'll ask if we can do it live. But either way, he'll devote his time so that your questions get answered.
And that, to me, everyone, is just what you want to hear from a CEO, is to stand up, tell his story, and do it so we can all be part of it. These other CEOs don't do this stuff. You know, this guy is not afraid to go out there and tell you what he's doing. And, it brings us up to speed. And it's tough to fight the criminals because this is what a company has to do. Well, it takes time to do this shit. The criminals just hit a sell button.
I didn't know.
All right. So, so listen, this guy's standing up. He'll get back to William. This is what we wanted. We did everything we can, and the company responded back. So there we go. I got what I want. I'm thrilled about it. Whether it's tomorrow, the next day, he's probably traveling over the weekend, I guess. So I'll look for a call, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So we'll get an update on the things we want to hear. People, jot down your questions. My questions is, where's the dividend? Where do we stand on that? There could be questions about the truck deployment, the software, or the big data business, or the 20 new insurance companies that they signed up with. I mean, there's 100 good questions to ask. Remember, this is a company that is going to grow. This isn't a company that has not even met the upside here that they can do. Forget the stock price. I'm talking about a company in the business. The stock price is going to follow. These guys are trapped. The manipulation yesterday, and William, the call yesterday was great. The people that, were standing here buying it, which was great. That was great to see, that people sitting here and taking believing, or, whatever it may be, taking a shot on what's going on here. So, it's all good. I mean, listen, they try to keep knocking it down. I had some friends buying it yesterday also. And just remember this, William, these guys are trying to sell it at the low. The only reason they're doing that is because they can't have it tick up at all. They can't. William, I put a chart from stockcharts.com. And I put the photo of it up on Twitter. And the last three rallies up to 318 to 245, you can actually see it takes 2 days to go up, and then there's 4 days of selling to push it down right behind it. It's so clear what they're doing, trying to maintain it so that the stock doesn't have any movement up. This is just a classic, trying to hold it down. It's just amazing that they keep trying to do it. We have 13 days to go to the election. We all know Trump's going to win. And we all know Pat Byrne. Listen, people, Pat Byrne, if you just go to Twitter, I'm reaching out to him to get our questions answered. But if you just reach out, if you just follow him on Twitter, at Patrick Byrne, the guy is 1,000,000% focused on getting Trump in. Then you can just read his, I don't know where he is, but that's what he's doing. You just read every day. He just keeps saying the same, he's exposing people that he needed to expose for election fraud. He's doing it. And the guy is completely focused. That's how Pat Byrne is. And the other day, Pat Byrne just won. He had a lawsuit. The short sellers were trying to sue him from the short squeeze from years ago, saying the dividend was illegal because they couldn't deliver it. Can you imagine the short sellers saying that? Patrick Byrne created a dividend that they can't deliver. And the courts threw him out. So Pat Byrne has basically opened up the playbook to squeeze them all you can using dividends. Why? Because they don't have a leg to stand on. If you're short, you got to deliver the dividend. It's right on the tape. You can read it yourself. This is a man that you want to follow. All right? I don't care about me or William. I care about Patrick Byrne. This guy, his father owned Geico. He sold it to Warren Buffett. He talks about growing up with Buffett. That is all true. Milton Friedman. This guy is a world-class, brilliant man. And, just wanted to make sure you guys know about that. So this was great news, William. The CEO has reached out to you. He's not hiding.
Oh, it's great. And it shows his commitment and look, I like the guy, so I can't hide it. But I think it shows how good a CEO he is, and he's on your side. And
that's exactly right. He's on our side. The company's done everything possible to get away from the criminals. My friends paid off, got rid of Lynn for us. Everybody's, no one's concerned all we're concerned about, and I got it from everybody, is, oh, they're selling stock at 202. They don't stop selling it. We're all concerned about it. We see it. But we can't stop it. The fundamentals, I told you, in China, they can say whatever they want in the U.S. There's nothing to change the Chinese government's thoughts on this company. There's nothing to stop it. And their fundamentals, this company's getting deals that they, believe me, if they had a lot of money, they would move a lot faster, obviously. But the deals they're getting is just do the work, get paid. Do the work, get paid. That's it. They don't have to build a 50-story building to get paid. They don't have to do any of that stuff. Just do it. They're installing the software in the trucks. The question is, how much do they make per installation? And that will tell us how fast you're going to be profitable. That's your answer. That's 100% your answer. And that's what I look at. William, just let me change on a different note. That stock NIXX, we're hearing that it's going to make a run to 14 or 15 bucks.
Wow.
They actually put some news out about a spinoff.
Yeah.
And, I know people that are buying it. And I've not purchased it, but I'm just letting you know. I put it up on Twitter. And that I'm hearing that there's a group of people that bought 4 to 5 million shares of stock. There's only 1 million in the float. So
wow.
I don't know anything about it, but it could be worth a trade if you wanted to buy it and flip it.
Say that number again. There's 1 million in the float.
And some group bought 5 million shares, something like that.
Okay.
It's coming out of Morgan Stanley. So, these guys, some people know, they said there's news coming and it's going to 15 bucks, 14 to 15 bucks. Forgot what the guy said.
I didn't know that.
I just found that out this morning and I posted it again. I can't chase all the names. There's 100 names in here. But all these stocks have that same pattern. These big spikes up, push back down, they bounce back up. So maybe this stock is ready for the bounce back up to $7, $8 again. So if you wanted to trade it, good luck. I know nothing about it. I know the symbol's NIXX. That's all I know. I'm just trying to give you a trading idea so that you guys can make a few bucks and do what you have to do. DJT has been giving you the trading pattern. It's been the trading pattern of the stars, DJT. If you bought the dips each day, the buy the dip is hard to tell you how to do it because each day the number changes. Today the low is 29.25. We close it to whatever 29.80. So it's only down like 30 cents. Even though it was down $1 yesterday, or whatever it was. That I was looking for a break to 28 again, a quick attack down, but it never got down that low. So the buy the dip, we kind of missed it. You can't buy it every time. You just can't just run in and buy it. You got to buy it when there's shorts. You can see the shorts trying to push it down. Finger motion, the same pattern. The shorts are trying to push it down at all costs. We got to break 2. That'll break that back. That's their thought process. That's what the shorts. That's all they're thinking about. But they'll stop. They'll give up on it. They know they're going nowhere with it. But that's the mentality. DJT, they tried a couple of times to break it the other day down to 25 after it hit there before. They're trying to slow up the hedge fund momentum. Today's an option expiration day, so there's probably they were great opportunities to buy calls. The 30s are down to 90 cents or 80 cents, the 32s. You can see them all 20 cents now, all those calls. I'm a player on this type of day with cheap options. You can, if you get lucky and the stock goes 31, 32, 33, you're buying options at 50 cents, selling them at $3. You make $250 per option. And you're putting up very little money. 4 days ago, those options, the 30s, were $5, $6. You can see the volatility. I told you, volatility is what the shorts need. They need the stocks to swing way up, way down. And everybody holding on to the tree branches, like a hurricane, they get blown off. That's what they're trying to do. There is no more volatility in finger motion. They stopped. there's nowhere to go. DJT, I told you there's going to be volatility. $20 stocks are different than $2 stocks. So the shorts and DJT are doing everything in their power to scare people out of the stock. That's what they're doing there. Same thing with the NIXX. It spiked up and the shorts come pushing it down. And they're doing everything this morning, hold it down so it doesn't rebound. That's all they're trying to do. Don't let it bounce back up. It'll bring buyers in, you know. So, I mean, this is how it's a tough game, but study it, understand it, and it'll make you a better trader down the road. All right, DJT, you can see what they're doing. They gets back up to 31, and they hold it down again. You know there's a monster naked short, but how come they're not showing their cards? To me, they are showing their cards because every dip has been bought and it rallies back up. So it's telling me that they're trying to cover. And everyone says, well, when's it going to move back up to 40? I told you, short, spike it up, let it drop. Spike it higher, let it drop. Spike it higher than that, let it drop. That's how shorts cover. And they make it very volatile because you get sick of it after a while. How many people go on a ride and get sick of riding the ride all the time? I can't do it anymore. Well, that's what they're doing to you. They're just trying to get you to get sick and give up. You can make a few bucks. You can buy it at 28, but when it gets to 31, they're telling you, come on, flip it. Flip it. Make that money. That's what they're trying to tell you. So when the stocks pop up, it's usually met by the people that bought it and are selling it again to hold it from spiking up again. And the shorts know that. So they let you buy stock at 28. They know you're going to sell it 29 and a half. So you guys will actually put a lid on it yourself. All right, so the short decides he has to take it to the next level and buy more. So that's how they're doing it. Finger motion, there is no volatility. You can't trade it. All it is has been a slow water torch of death of selling. So 300, 200 all day. I put it up yesterday. They sold one share like 60 times in a row. You can't even type that in to sell that shares like that. I don't even know who would even do it. But that's what they do. Anyway, William, what else? I don't want to. You had to travel today. I know we got to go. We got to do a short one. I will come on later. Do it myself. William is on the road. But again, any questions before we?
Yeah. What's your X handle?
What?
You're on Twitter. It's now called X. What's your name?
I've gotten booted off so many times I can't remember. Hold on a second. Profile is at Ham, HAM 59591 shorts.
All right, let me.
Ham 59591 shorts. And the only reason it's really long like that because when I got booted off, I had to re-sign on. The word ham has so many.
It's ham at
59591. 59591 shorts.
Shorts. All right, I'm gonna type that up and see if I can.
And I have the number 13 as my photo for in the corner. You can see 13 days to go. At ham 595.
All right, I put that out. There's is NIXX a short squeeze play or fundamental play? I wouldn't count on any fundamentals in anything. News doesn't matter. Fundamentals don't matter. When you're in the middle of these things going on, none of that matters, in my opinion. What do you think?
Right. It's just, it becomes the Chinese fire drill. If you want to step into it, I expect the stock to have a nice spike back up only because people are talking about it. You know, it's coming to me, so I'm hearing about it. So there's obviously people buying it. They'll spike it back up. You could trade it to make a penny. You could trade it to make $1. You could trade it.
And that's what I would say. If you trade it right now, trading it, there's downside, maybe 50 cents. I don't know, something, $1 or whatever. But the reward, as Sam's saying, could be high. But if it goes up, don't count on fundamentals. Just take some profit. Take your original money off the table. sell it all, and if it goes to I'm making it up. If it goes to 100, say, oh, well, I missed it, but at least I made $5 a share, and then be ready for the next time. Don't diamond hands. Don't diamond hands. Do not.
Yeah, you make a living, make a trade. If the hot money's going this way, so you can trade it. That's all. There's nothing else to say. The game I told you, the easy money was made if you owned it at 2 and it went to whatever 10.
Apparently, that's already traded $1 million this morning. According to Spiny, let me look. Lucky will go in.
Yeah, $1.1 million already.
Isn't that just incredible?
I know one guy was buying 300,000. He's a broker buying it for his clients.
What I'm noticing, and my opinion is worthless compared to hams, but I have a feeling this shortened settlement, T1 or T0, I don't know what it is right now, is having an impact. Something's having an impact, because there's a dozen of these that are popping up all over the place.
There you go. There's a lot of them popping up. That is correct. There's definitely something going on behind the scenes. Listen, for the SEC enforcement director to leave, and I've been told by shareholders that know him, that this guy is an honest guy. He has to be leaving because the shit's going to hit the fan on the stock settlement of shares and the naked short selling. And under his watch, they have been probably instructed not to do anything about it. But I guess he left because he knows it's going to change. And,
right.
He doesn't want to be. You got to remember, the people that are left at the SEC are going to have to answer to everyone. How did you let this continue and not do anything about it? As my friend calls it, it's a political hand grenade. No one wants it.
Political. It's a financial hand grenade.
How would you like to go in front of Congress and say, hey, everybody's been selling counterfeit shares and everyone knows about it?
I think it's treason. I think it's treason. I think it's more than political. It is a threat to our national security, a threat to our country. But that's me.
There's no question. It's the undermining of the U.S. through the equity markets. We have no idea where the money's going, who's selling it. This is, at least post it. Hey, the short seller in, NIXX is coming to where? It's coming to Israel through Jeffries and Company. At least have a paper trail of what the hell's going on here. These guys move shares around so much and so fast. They're selling them here, buying them here. They're doing wash trades. It's completely. They navigated the whole financial system with insiders, paying off people on trading desks, prime brokers, stock loan guys. The whole system is completely dirty. If they had a
comedian who I don't like, but they had that comedian last night at the Al Smith dinner. If they had a comedian with an audience that called out Wall Street, it's simple. They'd call this out. But the corruption is everywhere, and no one wants to be the first one to call it out.
It's remarkable that everyone on this call, everyone, you look left and right, people you meet in the street, I meet them at the pickleball court, and I tell people, I see a lot of people, and I tell them, I says, you guys don't realize that you're being looted every day. You think you're winning, but they just keep taking pennies from you every day. And like a sandcastle, when the water keeps coming out, eventually they collapse.
And this is my opinion. This isn't hams, but guys come in, men usually, guys like the guy with 3 first names, Roger Rabbit, or the guy from COSM, or the guy even from CRTD. They're on your side. They're fighting for you. They're the drum major. It's their cause. They're just stealing from it for you. They're part of it. Now, that's my opinion. And maybe they're unintentionally part of it. Maybe they're just naive, but they're part of it. And it's frightening. It's frightening.
Listen, CEOs of public companies are a strange breed. Their lawyers control them.
And they need capital. They're they're starved for capital.
Right. And that's the problem. These guys have a vision. They want to make something work. And I got it. They're a doctor. They have no idea what's going on. And then Wall Street just robs them. and they couldn't kill. And the people from Wall Street they're giggling every day.
Oh, and they're bullies. They're laughing. They're I described them yesterday. One day, Ham, when I was looking at a house to buy to renovate, I drove late at night up to it. Back alley is bad part of town, and there were a bunch of rats feasting on the garbage can. I'm talking 30, 40 rats spinning, their eyes in the light, and they're hopping around. They're huge. That's what these bullies are. They're just a bunch of scummy rats, thrilled that they can pick on the carcass of retail. They're just.
Well, the funny thing is that I got it. What they're doing, I'm 100%. I understand it. But to sit here and just keep doing it is just remarkable. And they send in the waves of people to write stories or whatever it takes. They're here to steal at all costs.
Yeah. So King Arthur is saying that there's a stock. I'm just telling you, I don't know anything about it. John David Zebra Gary, John David Zebra Gensler.
What a horrible John David Zebra
Gensler. Yeah. And then there's another one down here. Somebody said.
I don't have that symbol again. What was it again, William?
JDZG.
Okay.
JDZG. I didn't look it up.
32 million shares already, and it's open to 30 minutes. It trades 900,000 a day. Traded 32 million shares already.
Unbelievable. And then there's, according to Kit, there's NUZE, news, NUZE. Chinese, 4 investors each own 11%.
That's not doing anything. NUZE, right?
Right, but it was up 700% yesterday.
I have no idea. Listen, these companies in China, we all know China's the place to be.
Oh, poor Steve. Poor Steve. Steve, go finish that thought, but Steve he's got to get his knees replaced and he's got to lose weight first, and he's asking you. He's bone on bone. Anyway, answer both questions. I'm going to just step away from it.
The neat thing is that you need to, before you get it done, you have to go to the gym, and you need to do, you have to do leg work. I understand you want to lose weight, but do the leg work. Get on a bicycle. Have someone work on your hamstrings. You need to get hamstring strength. So it's just like a leg curl and a leg extension. So you go to the gym. I know you want to lose weight, but work on your legs, because that will get you through it faster. I'm walking. Today's my 4th week, 1 month anniversary, whatever you want to call it. I have no cane. I have no walker. I walk fine. The only thing is I get some pains, sharp pains at night through the bones meshing together, whatever, through this device. And, that's the key to the whole thing. I played, I ran a lot, but the key to it is your hamstrings. They've said it to me that I needed to work more on my hamstrings, and I did before. And, that's what you need to do. Just lay on your stomach and just put a little weight on it, do leg curls, and just work on those hamstrings and work on your thighs, get your legs. It's going to be all about the legs. All right, and losing the weight, you got to figure that out. I can't help you. I drink a lot of water, I guess. I don't know. I was super active 5 hours a day, and I'm walking as I'm talking to you, watching the stock market. I walk in circles. I think I walked 6 miles yesterday in a circle. I didn't really go anywhere.
It feels like you're talking. It's all in circles. No, I'm kidding you. I'm kidding.
Yeah, no, listen, we're 13 days away. You can see Fngr motion. It was 208 to 202 to 208, 208 to 206, 208 to 204. And there's always 300, 200, 900 shares to sell. This is just, if I was short 230 million or 1,480,000, I would do the exact thing they're doing. Always put small orders out there now. they're testing the waters to see what we have to buy. That's why they put 300 out there, 200 out there. They can feel it when people are buying it. They can see it. How much did you sell? I offered 900. I only had to buy it for 300. Okay, well, make it 900 again. 900 shares is $2,000, $1,800. That's $2. So they're using small amounts to hold it down. Only they're doing it. They're trying to tire out the buyers. That's all they're trying to do.
So
And
there's,
if they want to keep pushing, William,
yeah.
then I will sit there and I will go out to the hedge funds and I will find the buyers when they want to try to break it down. And my friends with the big hedge funds will get cheaper prices if they want to play that game. So accumulation is the king. We know what we're doing, and we got 13 days to go. So if they want to keep playing, good luck.
PEGY, Peggy with 1 G, apparently is ripping. I don't know.
Yeah, there it is. Pineapple. I remember this symbol from somewhere.
So I guess the point is,
how many times did they reverse this one? The 52-week low is 468, and the high is $734. So,
and how many of these can go without it rippling through all the prime brokers, tightening up credit and all that? I don't know. You know, I don't.
They are in a panic, the prime brokers. Do you understand that the prime broker, when William's got $10 million in his account, he's been a good naked short seller, he's been a good boy, chipping away. Every time William makes a big hit, he takes his money out of his account. All of a sudden, they got William short some stock, and it goes up, and the prime broker is going to lose $20 million. And they go to William.
Wow, look at DRUG. It's 46 again. What's happening?
What symbol is that? Oh,
Drug.
Oh, yeah, I said these things these things are having these bounce backs all of a sudden.
I don't know. All I know is don't diamond hand. If you can learn a little bit of what Ham says, buy the dips, sell the rips. Even if you can't buy the dips, if you own it already, take something off the table and maybe take a little profit. And if you miss the rest of the move, say, oh well. Don't focus on getting an A+. Just get a C-. Be a D student. D students get more than 50%, don't they? Get more than 50% of the move and be happy.
Let me advise you on that for a second. The way to play the stock market, okay, is you have to understand the fraud. Once you understand the fraud, then it's the nerve and how to play it. All right, but in the fraud game, the moves are pretty much they're exposed. You get to see it. Don't get me wrong. It looks like NIXX. It's not rallying here. They're trying to convince people to sell it. All right, that's what they're trying to do. Hold it down. Don't let it rally, because when it rallies, it brings in other buyers. That's what they're trying to do to it right now. They did the same thing to drug yesterday. It was down, up, all over the place, and all of a sudden this morning, someone's getting bought in again. We don't know when they get bought in. You could just see
that's $24 it's up today. That's what can happen. Amazing.
That's why the money's being made to the long side, not the short side.
And you know what, Ham? It's up 24 on 7 million shares, which I don't remember what the volume was on that massive day. Anyway.
Someone's short. They're getting bought in, and this is what it looks like. So for the people that say they never buy in shorts, they do buy them in. Someone just got bought in. That's how it works. So again, you have to be in these names to win them. That's how it works. I just don't know when they're going to go. Nobody knows that. They just pop all of a sudden. No one even ever heard of drug until 2 days ago. I never heard of NIXX 2 days ago. I never heard of half of these crazy names. But you can't keep chasing them around.
Well, and there's a finite amount of cap, even though they're criminal, even though they counterfeit, even though the selling's endless, there's a finite, and even though the finite amount is large, it is finite, of credit that can allow this to go on. So,
well, the private brokers are getting, listen, the word comes down from the SEC to the prime brokers, to the Goldmans and all these guys, hey, credit, there's no more credit around. These guys that are naked short that you know about, you better be on top of them because there's no money backing them up anymore. That's the question. That's what's going on. And once they get busted and there's no money backing it up.
And that's always been my argument, and I think Ham's argument too. The best way to get these bastards is in their pocketbook. The rest is all Congress and regulators and journal. It's all, they're not scared of that. But when they start losing money, they cover.
That's the game. That's why I wanted to fight the battle in the street versus fighting it standing out in front of the SEC. We're working with, and they just offered, they hit the 202 bid and offered 200 shares at 202. So, I mean, it just, now they offer 100 shares at 201. So they're using no amount of shares to try to move the stock down. And here it is, they broke the $2 barrier. And again, this is just complete manipulation. All they did is sell small amounts of shares. And since no one's buying it right now, they can do it. That's all it is. And then people will say, oh, the stock broke too. That's their game. That's it.
All right.
But you got to go. Anyway,
okay.
I'll just recap for you in a second. I'll come on later on.
And if you can hit those other stocks you always talk about quickly.
Again, they're all GDC, ZJYL. I'm watching them all. They're all acting shitty right now. They're all drifting, doing nothing. I told you about the NIXX. I know some people that are buying it. They know the whole, whatever. Just like drugs. Maybe it pops. I don't know. Trade it. Do what you have to do. DJT, again, buy the dip, sell the rip. We haven't gotten that big wipeout. Big wipeout is what I look for. I can see the stock being pinned at 30 today. It's option expiration again. So you gotta, it's a tough day to trade these things. But if it flops back down to 28.5, maybe take a shot then, but it moved back up to 30 on the close. And like I said, finger motion, you know what it is. William set up the call. We'll have it next week with the CEO. We'll get the answers. Not the make-believe of the rumors or the make-believe stuff that people can write. We're going to get it straight from the CEO and let him tell us. And the CEO would never come on if he had bad news. That's all you need to know. I'm not going to come on as a CEO and say, hey, I'm going to have a call. What do you got going on? We're losing all our business. Things are terrible. He's going to come on and give you a good presentation. He always does. And whatever he's always said has always come true. He said about the last time he said he had a big deal. He couldn't talk about it. And they came out and they got the big contract with the Chinese government. And the stock sold off. And the stock sells off. No matter what they do, the stock sells off. How could it be possible stock sells off every day on any news? So it doesn't make a difference. Accumulation is your friend. That's the only way to play it. William, go take care of your business.
All right.
I'll post up. I'll do a call later this afternoon.
All right, okay. All right, thanks.
You got it. Thank you, everybody.
Let me address this one guy. Kipling Road. Luxury. We lived in a shoebox in the middle of a lake. Hey, Donna. We woke up half an hour before we went to bed. All right, I just want to answer. Here's the what do you call it on those? When you see a presentation, they have that safe harbor disclosure that here it is. I don't remember saying that. But anyway, there's something here. Oh, here. I don't know who this person is, PCB Reynolds, but I don't really talk about MMTLP anymore, but let me talk about it. I really caused a lot of friction. Drew Diligence came in here wanting to give his side of the story, which is just all BS as far as I can tell. But I don't know, PCB Reynolds, for I think 2 months, maybe 3 months, with intensity, short spurts of intensity, I really emphasized, and I continue to emphasize, that people need to move your MMTLP to NextBridge at AST. Now, PCB Reynolds may be a shill, and he's saying that NextBridge may file bankruptcy. It is my judgment that the people Drew Diligence works with and for, all of them, all those shorts, they tortuously interfered with Torchlight, they destroyed MMAT. I think there's billions of dollars here at risk. Remember, they're trapped. They are trapped. And they're paying bounties to people to get you to do nothing. But the good news is, now I have a difference of opinion. I don't think, there's a guy named Johnny Tobacco. I don't know anything about him. He's probably a great guy. But Johnny Tobacco's trying to get the stock to trade on blockchain or something. My opinion, don't do it. Just stay private, because you don't know what evil these guys can do with just documents and credit defaults. Like, hey, it's trading. We can do a hedge here and a hedge there. And I don't trust any of it. Stay private. Stay private. It's my recommendation. But I can't explain it. They know all the back office details. I don't know. But he's trying to get them to trade. I don't know if that'll happen or if they'll do some other schemer that works. But let me tell you, I believe that Greg McCabe has, Torchlight and John Berta were destroyed by this corruption and short selling in the market and the evil that is allowed. But the oil was there, you know, the dinosaurs plopped over, they ate the foliage, they took their morning constitutionals. It's all there. It hasn't gone anywhere. This is a group, a claque, a cabal of criminal, like-minded men that all go to the same house of worship, and they thieve, and they do it on a scale that would put Pablo Escobar to shame. Anyway, their 15-year mission has been to destroy Torchlight, then MMAT, and they're trapped. So they come on and they say things. I don't know if PCB Reynolds is saying it, but they fill his mind with it. NextBridge might file bankruptcy. Okay, that's possibly true. I don't know. I don't have that inside information. It's 3 kinds of bankruptcy: Chapter 13, Chapter 11, and Chapter 7. You don't discuss that there. But almost all of the airlines at one point or the other declared bankruptcy. I can't quickly think, but industry after industry after industry after industry, company after company after company avails themselves of bankruptcy. Why? To reorganize, to buy time. I wouldn't necessarily, if that's the path they have to go, I wouldn't necessarily say that's doomsday. But PCB Reynolds, MMTLP is worthless. If you still own MMTLP, to be clear, now I've been told I shouldn't say this, but in my opinion, MMTLP will never pay a big payout unless through the legal system they discover fraud and there's a settlement with a Fidelity or with a TradeStation or with, and it's based on, then you're getting into big numbers. But are you going to afford that lawsuit? I don't know. Are you going to afford that class action? I don't know. Is it going to happen quickly? I don't know. In my mind, you got to write off. Congress isn't going to do anything, in my opinion. I've volunteered and I'll keep working when asked with Congress. But in your mind, you got to write that off, I think. If it comes, it'll come. There's nothing you can do about it other than volunteer and work instead of bitching. But on NextBridge, I do not believe they're going to declare bankruptcy. If they do, it'll be part of a strategy. But PCB Rentals, if you are part of the shorts, part of your problem is you've got one drum to bang. That's all you got. Greg McCabe and his team have 40 some years experience of putting deals together, of acquiring assets, and we're about to go into a bull market. We're already in it for oil and gas. We've got war coming, and maybe right away to make sure Kamala's president. But if we don't, it'll happen within the next 2 years. We are committed to supporting Israel, and therefore we will be at war with Iran. We are committed to supporting this actor who now runs, that we put in Ukraine. We are committed to war against the Soviet Union. And we're going to probably be at war with China in the South Sea. We're going to war. Oil is into a bull market. And on top of that, if you don't buy the war theory, for about a generation, all these highly intelligent, overeducated, largely female graduates who have gone onto the desks at the brokerage firms and the big pools of money, they do not want to invest in oil and gas because they believe we're going to convert to electric vehicles in 10 years. They don't have any understanding of how to build anything. All they have is theory. And they don't even understand that transition doesn't save the planet. But my point is, if you're following the EVs are plummeting, and if you're following it, those same women and simps, the men that follow it, there's no one standing up and saying this is all hogwash. The emperor has no clothes. Do you believe this crap? Those same people fly for vacation. They order their bottled water from France. They get their wine shipped in from California. And if they like Shiraz, it comes from New Zealand. They need their Lululemon clothes flown over from China. They need their fresh packaged fish flown in from Spain. They use oil and gas. So PCB Reynolds, there's going to have to be an investment because of these idiots. There's going to be a flood of investment to oil and gas. We're in the beginning of a bull market in oil and gas. Greg McCabe has a smaller team because of interference, but he has a team. He has deal flow, which he is putting in to NextBridge from South Louisiana. Each of those deals could be, I don't know about bigger than the Oro Grande overall, but they could have more impact on the stock price immediately with success. And it's being drilled with other people's money. So don't buy this crap that NextBridge is suddenly worthless, or that even the Oro Grande is worthless. That was to me, the lease looks like a shite lease. But the Oro Grande's not over with. It's not over with. But it doesn't matter. The biggest change is there's going to be a wall of money coming in to the space of oil and gas. The Permian Basin is already flipped. It seems like every private and independent project has already been flipped to larger oil and gas companies. Where are they going to go? The deal, this is the cycle. To me, the bull market is coming. And NextBridge can raise money, albeit it might be at a low price. NextBridge has deal flow, and NextBridge can manage that deal flow. You don't know what you're doing. The boo birds don't know what they're doing. I don't, well, I have a little bit of knowledge, but I don't know what I'm doing. But they do. You take a deal in, it comes to you because you know somebody, you put the money down, you bank a bit, you buy it, and then you farm out half of it, or you farm out 2/3 of it. You take your money back, you go do it again. You farm it out. And by the end of it, you've got assets that you net didn't really pay for, that all have upside. And you only have 250 million shares out. You can go to 400 million shares. That's not a lot. So PCB Reynolds, NextBridge, in my opinion, can be a $10 stock, $20 stock, $30 stock. I'm not talking about squeezing. I'm not talking about anything like that. In the early stages of this bull market, what do I mean by that? 18 months to 3 years. Oh, I don't want to wait that long. Well, tough titty. You're going to have to wait. You're in a private company. But if you're in MMTLP, you'll lose everything. You might, it'll be like you'll get a postcard in the mail. A class action suit has been filed, and you won, and the law firm of Kravitz, Krollberg, and Kibitz has achieved a settlement, and you'll get 10 cents or less a share, and they'll keep the rest. That's what's coming to MMTLP. If you want to sit in MMTLP, you're going to lose. You're a sucker. You're a loser. I still % of the seats available on the plane to get NextBridge shares. You must run. Do not walk. You must transfer MMTLP to NextBridge. And if you want to believe the boo birds, if you want that to take currency, go ahead. Be fearful. Be afraid. Be a pussy. If you want to get in the fight, if you want to join in, join in. But I don't, you know, I don't, there, I've spoken about it. All right, I'm going to say goodbye.
Call from Fngr.